Historically, Bitcoin has went through very clear 4-year cycles. So 2013 was like a bull year. 2017 was a bull year, and then 2020 was a recovery year, and then 2021 was a bull year. This year, now we're kind of back to the previous all-time highs. So like 2024 is a recovery year based on the current analysis or based on the current prices. A year from now, 1 year is really hard to predict. But I think there's a high chance that the future follows the history. So then we will be in a pretty good place. Overall, the long term for the industry, I think there's so much more that has to be built, that needs to be built, and that will be built. So I think the industry will get bigger. More and more people will use crypto. And with more people use crypto, the utility value will increase. So long term, I'm still very, very bullish.
If history repeats itself, 2025 might just be the year Bitcoin breaks all records and becomes unstoppable. That's the latest prediction out from Binance founder Changpeng Zhao, who sees crypto adoption skyrocketing and Bitcoin's value reaching never-before-seen highs. In a recent interview, Changpeng Zhao, or CZ for short, discusses his current views on cryptocurrency, his recent experiences, and future plans. CZ recently returned to the public spotlight after pleading guilty in the US for neglecting anti-money laundering laws. He was sentenced to 4 months in prison, was fined $50 million, and was banned from any management role at Binance for 3 years. Many argue that CZ's sentencing was overly harsh, claiming he was unfairly singled out by the government. His supporters argue that, despite his efforts to meet changing regulations, he was made an example of in the government's crackdown on the crypto industry. Now that he's back, CZ has noticed major changes, with political parties becoming more supportive of crypto and a very positive future ahead for the industry. This, combined with past bullish trends, has led CZ to conclude that Bitcoin's massive growth and adoption are inevitable. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, as Changpeng Zhao shares why he believes the future of crypto will be huge. Also guys, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy staying up to date with finance content, consider subscribing or liking the video. It's free, and you can always change your mind. Now, here's Changpeng Zhao with his latest crypto outlook.
Currently today, the regulations are improving. A week before I was sentenced, in middle April of this year, Elizabeth Warren declares a war on crypto. This is like a week before my sentencing. And then the judge sentences me, and then I went to prison. And then by June, Donald Trump is pro-crypto. By end of June, both parties are pro-crypto. But that basically shows that the people want crypto. When the people want crypto, then the government has to respond. So I think it's moving in the right direction. In most other countries, they just treat it as money. Japan recognizes Bitcoin as a currency. Many other countries recognize Bitcoin as crypto as a currency. But of course, there are different types of cryptos. It depends on the coin, I guess. But I think in the US, that's like kind of the large debate right now. And again, I won't comment too much. There are ongoing lawsuits with SEC, etc. Yeah. I'll try not to give any financial advice, but and also history doesn't predict the future. But I cannot predict the future. I can analyze the history. Historically, Bitcoin has went through very clear 4-year cycles. So 2013 was like a bull year. 2017 was a bull year. So actually, 2012 was a recovery year. I think most people don't look back that far. And then 2013 was a bull year. 2016 was a recovery year. 2014, 2015 were tough. 2016 was a recovery year. And then 2017 went all the way over. And then 2020 was a recovery year, and then 2021 was a bull year. This year, now we're kind of back to the previous all-time highs. So like 2024 is a recovery year based on the current analysis or based on the current prices. Next year, I don't know what's going to happen, but overall, the long term for the industry, I think there's so much more that has to be built, that needs to be built, and that will be built. So I think the industry will get bigger. More and more people will use crypto. And with more people use crypto, the utility value will increase. So long term, I'm still very, very bullish.
What aspects of crypto are you most bullish on? Is it DeFi? Is it meme coins?
Well, actually, I wouldn't go that specific because it's very difficult to predict like that specifically, like which one's going to be the next one. Beginning of beginning of 2017, I probably could not have said ICOs is the next thing. But by June, the trend was clear. By July, we launched the platform. By December, we launched the platform. So I think it's depends on which project explode in those niche or in those small sectors. I think all of those have have potential to grow. Right now, like I'm meeting a lot of founders. This morning, I met founders who are using AI with a very interesting integration with blockchain. Ideas I never thought about, right? So if any one of those projects take off, that sector will become big. So it's very hard to predict. But I'm just trying to support all the builders in the space and then see what happens.
The cryptocurrency industry has faced years of regulatory clashes with President Biden's administration. But now, investors are hopeful for a more favorable environment, regardless of who wins the upcoming US election. Crypto firms like Bitwise and Canary Capital are preparing new products in anticipation of friendlier crypto regulations. Some executives believe that Vice President Kamala Harris, if elected, would adopt a softer approach to crypto compared to Biden, while Republican candidate Donald Trump has pledged to be a crypto president. Despite SEC Chair Gary Gensler's tough stance on crypto regulations, including enforcement actions against major firms like Coinbase and Kraken, many in the industry argue for a shift toward treating cryptocurrencies as commodities rather than securities. Executives believe Harris would likely review or rescind burdensome guidance, such as SAB 121, which has hindered banks from engaging with crypto assets. Both Trump and Harris have garnered support from significant crypto donors, and the industry has collectively spent over $119 million backing pro-crypto candidates. With signs of a potential thaw in regulatory attitudes, many in the crypto sector expect a new administration to embrace digital assets, which could lead to greater innovation and adoption in the market. What do you think of these developments? Let us know in the comments. Now let's go back to Changpeng Zhao as he shares his personal experiences and future plans concerning crypto and beyond.
My shareholder rights, as far as I know, are not impacted. So today I'm still a large shareholder of Binance. I believe I can still request for information, etc. I just cannot make decisions or give orders. So the relationship is actually a pretty good one, given that now there's a bunch of other guys working really hard, and I'm forced to retire. So when that first happened, the first month was a bit difficult. You know, it was emotional. It was difficult to detach. It's a company that I put my heart and soul in, and for 7 years, etc. But I always thought, the CEO should not be on the post for more than 10 years because the world changes, right? Now there's AI. I didn't spend a lot of time learning about AI before. I didn't have a lot of time to look at even DeFi in a lot of detail, right? So so now I actually have more time to look at all of those stuff. So I think it's good that looking back now, it was actually there's a lot of good stuff about being forced to step down. See, if I step down myself, if I say, hey, look, guys, I'm quitting, a bunch of you guys will be pissed off, and so like this guy ran out of stamina, and so now I'm forced to step down, and so I'm like, well, this is not my choice, but actually now I have a lot of time, and also just looking back, right? I think I'm actually very, very fortunate for a number of reasons. I still have a little bit of funds left to deploy to be able to do stuff, so that's a strong enabler. I think my reputation has changed. But I'm not trying to minimize those things. So I think that's banking secrecy violation is a serious offense. But it's also validation that there's no fraud. There's no users lost money with us. So that's, in some regards, like I believe if you ask anybody in the room, that my reputation is still pretty strong. And then on top of that, as I said, now I'm really lucky that I actually have a lot more time now. And I'm not super young. I'm not very young, but I'm also not super old. So I still have energy to do more stuff. So very few people are in this fortunate position to be able to do these things that I can do now. Based on the best of my knowledge, there's no word saying lifetime or ban. Those two words doesn't exist in my plea agreement with the government. What is in the agreement is I step down as CEO. I don't think there's any timelines for it. But everything changes. Agreements can be updated with new agreements. Even governments change. But I had no plan to go back to be the CEO. I finally got away from that post, and I think the team's doing a good job. I don't have any need to go back. I don't have any wish to go back. So even today, if I was allowed to go back, I probably won't. So I think the lifetime ban is just a creative journalism, where they invented two words to make it more sensational. Is it wrong? We're not sure. Is it right? Those words was not in the agreement. The agreement is public, so it's a public agreement. So that's to the best of my knowledge. So right now I'm really only doing two things. I'm working on Giggle Academy, and then I'm doing investments. Right. So and then on the investments, there's really three sub parts. There's blockchain, there's AI, and there's biotech. So very simple. And those are three big areas. So I no longer want to lead any project myself. I don't think I have the energy to do that anymore. And I'm not as hungry either. No, I'm not as hungry as I was 7 years ago. So now I want to help other entrepreneurs to build their own companies. So I can help them with funding, with advice, with coaching, mentoring if they want it. With access to other resources, connections, etc. So that's what I want to do. So I think I have a few mentors who I value really strongly, and I would like to become a mentor myself for those who want to.
In a nutshell, Binance founder CZ is extremely optimistic about the future of cryptocurrencies and believes they will continue to grow and perform well. He has said that his long-term view of the crypto market is very bullish, a positive outlook that comes from his belief in the increasing use of digital currencies, new technology, and changes in regulations that will help the industry expand. Looking ahead, CZ also stated that he would not be rejoining the Binance executive team, but would remain a shareholder. He described his unexpected retirement as a chance to explore other interests. In addition to pursuing Giggle Academy, CZ mentioned that his current investments are in artificial intelligence, biotechnology, and blockchain. Anyway guys, before we go, if you want to stay most up to date on the crypto and Bitcoin world, make sure to subscribe to my daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a concise resource for the latest expert predictions, breaking news, and top on-chain analysis, trusted by over 50,000 subscribers for insightful crypto investment information. Don't miss out on the opportunity to stay informed in the crypto market. The link is in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed today's video and that it provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.